You can always tell when the Meghan effect is alive and thriving the moment she's spotted in something new. The internet goes into overdrive trying to identify every detail, and once they do, it's already sold out. That exact phenomenon has happened again twice, actually. Two outfits, two complete sellouts, and one woman who can make entire fashion lines disappear simply by wearing them. But this isn't just about fashion anymore. This is about influence that has transformed, matured, and become something far more profound than anyone predicted. So let's dive into what just happened, why it matters, and what it reveals about Meghan's enduring power. The bookstore event. Recently, Meghan stepped out for a relaxed event at her friend Courtney Adamo's bookstore in California. Courtney is a creative entrepreneur and author who shares Meghan's values around mindful living and community building. The atmosphere was calm, cozy, and intimate, a space where Meghan chatted about home, joy, and community. It perfectly reflected this grounded chapter of her California life. The conversation touched on motherhood, creativity, and the power of female friendship. Meghan was relaxed, genuine, and fully present, exactly the kind of engagement that resonates with people who followed her journey from royal protocol to personal freedom. But of course, while the event centered on connection and creativity, the online world had its eyes fixed on something else, her outfit. And let's just say it was classic Meghan, effortlessly elegant, understated, yet stunningly sophisticated. The first look, Katie. She wore a silk tank paired with wide-leg wool trousers from Katie, both in a shade called fondant, a warm, chocolatey brown that felt like autumn wrapped in luxury. The silk had a subtle sheen that caught the light without being flashy, and the trousers had that perfect wide-leg silhouette that's both comfortable and incredibly chic. Katie is a New York-based luxury brand known for its modern American sensibility, clean lines, impeccable tailoring, and timeless pieces rather than trendy moments. When the photos first surfaced, even dedicated fashion sleuths were stumped. The famous What Meghan Wore account couldn't immediately identify the designer, which almost never happens. Hours passed. The fashion community was buzzing, analysing fabrics from photos, comparing silhouettes to known designers. Then, hours later, the mystery was solved. Katie confirmed the look was theirs. And just like that, chaos ensued. Within hours, the silk tank and pants started disappearing from virtual shelves. Smaller and mid-range sizes went first, followed by the rest. We're talking about pieces that retail for well over $1,000 combined. These are investment pieces that people saved for. And yet they vanished. The demand was completely organic. No tags, no brand partnership, no sponsored post. Meghan simply wore what she loved, and the world responded. The power of authentic influence. That's the beauty of the Meghan effect. It's not about the clothes themselves, it's about the feeling they convey. Her look was simple but intentional, fluid fabrics, rich tones, quiet power. It said, "I'm at peace, but I still command attention." In a world where celebrity fashion is about loud logos and attention-grabbing stunts, Meghan's approach is revolutionary in its restraint. She's not trying to be photographed. She's simply living her life, and her authenticity creates its own gravitational pull. And once again, she turned a colour that was once considered plain brown into a symbol of elegance and quiet confidence. Meghan has consistently championed earth tones and understated palettes. She's proven that true style isn't about following trends, it's about knowing yourself. Fondant might just be the new royal shade. And isn't that poetic? A colour called fondant becoming associated with a woman who left royal life to create her own definition of happiness. The second strike, brochure walker. But Meghan wasn't done yet. Just as fashion lovers were still hunting down those sold-out kitey pieces, she appeared again in another cosy look, this time wearing a creamy neutral cardigan from Brochure Walker. Brochure Walker is a Los Angeles-based brand, founded by designer Nicole Brochure Walker, focusing on luxurious knitwear with an emphasis on softness and timeless appeal. The cardigan embodied everything the brand stands for: sumptuous cashmere, an effortlessly relaxed fit, and that quality of looking expensive while feeling comfortable. No fashion captions, no brand tags, no fanfare, just Meghan radiating warmth and ease. The internet identified the designer, and within a day, Brochure Walker's website was flooded. Extra small and small sizes, gone within hours. Medium and large were vanishing fast. 2 looks, 2 sellouts, and both from women-led, sustainable fashion brands that prioritise craftsmanship and mindfulness over fast fashion. The evolution of influence. What's fascinating is how Meghan's influence has evolved. In her early royal years, the attention was all about spectacle media headlines, screaming about the Duchess's latest outfit, and fans rushing to replicate it. Remember the calculations that tried to quantify her economic impact? Estimates ranged into the hundreds of millions of pounds. The Strathberry bag she carried to her first official engagement sold out in minutes. The white coat from her engagement announcement caused the brand's website to crash. The Reformation dress she wore in Australia disappeared from shelves globally within hours. But there was something almost frenzied about it, a royal watching sport. It was impressive, but it felt different than what we're seeing now. Today, her impact feels deeper and far more meaningful. Now, it's about substance. She chooses brands that align with her values: ethical production, sustainability, and thoughtful design. Her choices tell a story about slowing down, living intentionally, and celebrating women-led creativity. The authenticity factor. That's what unsettles the royal commentators who once claimed she'd fade away without the institution. Remember those predictions? That Meghan needed the palace more than it needed her. That without the royal platform, she'd lose relevance. Years later, her presence alone still moves markets. She doesn't rely on royal PR, her authenticity is her PR. When Meghan wears something, people connect to it emotionally. It's not just admiration, it's resonance. She wears what feels right for her, not what tradition dictates. And that genuine energy is magnetic. Royal fashion is often about duty, about diplomatic messaging through clothing choices. Meghan's fashion now is simply hers. She wears what makes her happy, what aligns with her values. And paradoxically, that lack of strategy makes it more powerful. The philosophy behind the fashion. During that bookstore event, she shared something simple yet deeply telling. When guests arrive, I open the door barefoot wearing an apron. It demystifies everything. Here's a woman who could easily lean into glamour and mystique, who could maintain an untouchable celebrity persona. Instead, she's literally opening her own door, barefoot, ready to connect. That quote captures exactly who she is, grounded, warm, and unapologetically herself. And that's why her influence endures. People don't just want her wardrobe, they want her peace of mind. They want the confidence to open their own doors barefoot. They want the freedom to define life on their own terms. This isn't about selling luxury, it's about selling calm, confidence, and authenticity. Organic versus manufactured influence. What's poetic about all this is how her organic influence completely outshines the heavily curated royal image machine. While palace stylists plan months ahead, coordinating with British designers and considering diplomatic implications, Meghan's fashion moments feel spontaneous and human. She wears it, people love it, it sells out, that's real impact. Even the designers she chooses reflect her personal evolution. Katie and Brochu Walker are refined but approachable. Their pieces focus on quality and intention, much like Meghan's approach to life after royal duty. Slow down, choose wisely, live purposefully. That's the message she embodies, and people can't get enough. The numbers don't lie. The data doesn't lie. Within hours of her appearances, products vanish from stock lists across multiple sizes and regions, all without her saying a single word. That's quiet power. Fashion analysts estimate items she wears see search increases of 200–500% within 24 hours. Smaller brands report that a single Meghan appearance can generate months' worth of sales in days. This is measurable, significant economic impact. For years, tabloids tried to claim she lost relevance after leaving royal life. Critics predicted she'd be forgotten within months of stepping back from royal duties. But her influence today is stronger precisely because she's free to express, to choose, and to inspire. She's not constrained by protocol or tradition. She can simply be herself. What the Meghan Effect really means. Every sold-out outfit isn't just a shopping trend. It's a reflection of how deeply people connect with her authenticity. It's proof that you don't need a title to have influence. You need authenticity. When Meghan steps out in her fondant Katie look, or that dreamy Brochu Walker cardigan, she's not just showcasing fashion, she's embodying a lifestyle of peace and intention. That's what people want. Not to imitate her, but to feel what she radiates. The Meghan Effect never went away. It simply evolved quieter, wiser, and more powerful than ever. So whether you were one of the lucky few who snagged those Katie pieces before they vanished, or you're refreshing Brochu Walker's site waiting for a restock, remember, you're not just buying fabric. You're embracing a feeling timeless, confident, effortless. Meghan's influence doesn't need to be proven. It's written in every sold-out label, every brand uplift, and every woman she continues to inspire. 2 outfits, 2 global sellouts, one woman whose quiet power speaks louder than any title ever could. Because the Meghan Effect? It never left. It's simply grown stronger, deeper, and more meaningful. It evolved from a royal phenomenon into something more enduring, a testament to the power of authentic self-expression. Until next time, stay kind, stay inspired, and I'll see you soon.